You're scary.
Well, and then it's always followed by that laugh. I've got to stop that laugh. That laugh is annoying as heck.
I like your laugh.
You know,
you just crack yourself up.
I do crack myself up. I can't help it. Nobody else finds me funny, but I find me funny, and that's all that counts. So last weekend, state parks were packed. The weekend before that, when we went to Fort Cobb, state parks were packed. Of course,
How about this weekend now that we're on?
Memorial Day weekend, that's normal. Mm-hmm. But next weekend,
they're packed.
They are jam-packed. I mean, okay, years past, you could go to a state park on a Wednesday or Thursday night, and this was a normal thing. Go to a state park, Oklahoma State Park, on a Wednesday or Thursday night, set up camp, leave your camper there, and go back to work. That was how you got a site. So the reservation system, in a way, has really helped a lot of people in that respect, including those of us who didn't show up until Friday night. We would show up on Friday afternoon, late Friday afternoon, and typically whatever state park we went to, Lake Murray, we would find a spot. Mm-hmm. It would take us a little bit of surfing around different loops, but we would find a spot.
And we'd always find a spot.
Yeah. I mean, we never had to come back home and go, well, darn, there goes our weekend. We always found a spot. And even last year, when we were reserving a lot last year, it was not an issue. No. Never had an issue.
I say no like I'm the one that was doing it, but I know you were doing it and we never had an issue.
No, we didn't always get, the site that we wanted in the loop we wanted, but we always got a site. And always, not a single time last year did I had to go to a different state park. Every time I chose a state park, I'd go to the website, find us a site, reservation, life is good. Not saying life is bad now, okay? So this year, if these first 4 weeks are any indication, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, I mean, heck, let's just be honest here. I went out on the calendar quite a ways. If it's any indication of how this summer's going to be, then yours truly was right. You hear me? I was right. I told you so.
Did you write this down anywhere?
You're
recording it for posterity.
It was. I recorded it. It was on video like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, and you're recording it again to say, look.
Just to make sure, because
mm-hmm.
I am right.
You were right.
Now it's
chaos.
In a way, it's not surprising, because I really did just have a feeling that this year state parks were going to be loaded up, because people not working for a couple of months, their income, all these factors into play, including, if you go to another state, well, you have to self-quarantine for 14 days. Mm-hmm. So all that added into the equation, it's really not that surprising that state parks are busy.
There's been a lot of camping commercials and stuff.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, I know it's spring, but it's way more than
there's a couple of dealerships here in town that never run commercials. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, we're seeing commercials for their dealerships.
I think it's going to be a boomer time for campers, and that may not be.
It may very well be. So when I got on the website yesterday and the day before that, I actually had to go through 6 different state parks to find us a spot for this weekend.
Wow. Where are we going?
I'm not telling you, but we're going. We are going camping this coming weekend. It's a 30 amp site. Not a big deal. It's still coolish out. So running one AC is not going to be an issue. It's not going to be an issue. But we did get a site. But I mean, even looking out to the following weekend, it was the same situation. So it's going to be an interesting summer. So no, that wasn't a store shelf you were looking at. That was Teresa sent me a text message the other day.
Hey, it's not Teresa.
Yeah, so she sent me a text message the other day. I was at work. I can't remember if I was at work or at work at home. But anyway, picture of RV antifreeze with $1 written on top of it. She says, "How many of these do you use?" I don't know. About 1.5 every time.
Actually, I said, "How many do you want?"
Oh.
You misread that.
Okay, so yeah. So I just like, okay, I use about 1.5 or 2 every time we winterize.
You also said, "Wow." That also influenced my decision on.
Yeah, because $1 for a bottle of that stuff, that is dirt cheap, folks. You know that. I come home and there's like 15 bottles sitting on the garage floor.
Actually, there's more than 15.
So that's cool. We're set for next winter and probably the winter after that.
I guess you should also mention, if anybody doesn't know, that we winterize several times. We're not like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This thing, yeah, it's actually pretty good topic right now because this thing, it never hibernates. We have to winterize 2, 3, 4, 5 times a season, but it never really hibernates. And even though it never really hibernates, this is a good time of year to be doing some cleaning.
Spring cleaning. It's spring.
So we're ripping everything out of the refrigerator and cleaning it real good, among other things, doing the slide lube and
maintenance.
Yeah, just regular little nitpicky maintenance. So anyway, back on the subject of state parks. One of the things, I've mentioned before, I really don't care for reservations with state parks, and I like them. I don't like them. It's kind of a mixed bag. But especially this time of year, April, May, June in Oklahoma, it's kind of rolling the dice when you make a reservation. Because, we can all deal with rain. Rain's not a big deal. Okay, it's raining. We'll just sit here under the awning and just enjoy a nice, peaceful, rainy day. Unfortunately, this time of year in Oklahoma, it's not just
peaceful.
Rain.
It's not just peaceful either.
No. And there have been a couple of occasions where we have been at a state park and within shouting distance of a tornado. Not a good time.
You see that movie Twister, where the cows go flying by? That was made here.
Yeah, that doesn't make for a good evening. It gets pretty stressful. You got winds at 60 or 70 mile an hour, hammering the side of your camper, flapping your slide toppers.
And that's not a tornado.
That is, yeah. So, a lot of, for most of our camping years, it was kind of a wait and see until Thursday evening to see what the weekend weather was going to be like, and if there were severe storms expected, then okay, we'll just stay here at the house because we know where we can take shelter. When you go to a state park, one of the shelters was the bathhouse. Yeah, I don't like being above ground with a tornado. Insurance will take care of the RV. I don't want to lose the RV that way. Don't take that wrong. But, insurance will take care of that and stuff. But
having the dogs and us and the in-laws all in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It was hot and muggy and...
Yeah. So that's where reservations kind of get in the way because people lock up these campsites with reservations and you can't really make that last minute, Thursday night weather forecast decision. So that's kind of been taken out of our hands. So now we're into gambling on whether or not we're going to make a reservation. I'll go ahead and make it.
Casinos are open too.
Yeah, see there. I'll go ahead and make the reservation for State Park like I did this weekend and probably another weekend in June.
Because we have to, right?
Yeah,
now.
because
Busy.
I have to make one. I mean, if I want to go, I'm going to have to make one, and then when the time comes, hopefully I can stick with it and not lose money on it. But oh well. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with Oklahoma State Parks being on a
Reservation.
reservation system.
I know. So just make a reservation and go to the lake. Quit whining about it. I get it. I know. So I did, and we're not going to the lake because they called me at 2 o'clock this afternoon and said, "Oh, the site you reserved is underwater." So yeah, we get to punt for this weekend.
That actually happened to us twice this year, except the first time, you may remember, where were we?
No, that was last year.
No, it was this year. It was the beginning. It was yeah. And they had us go out the back way, out of the campground the back way. We didn't actually get flooded, but
we didn't get flooded out. We got flooded in.
Right, they closed down the campground. And they let us stay. So I don't know. We seem to be attracting water this year.
Yeah. So I'll get on there a little bit later and see if I can figure out a place to stay next week. After I go into my computer and log on to my account at work and see if there's might be an extra day off I might be able to take.
Really?
You know, you never know. I think I might have one. I don't know. But anyway, all that aside, life is good. The comments on YouTube, they've done something or other, because used to, when there was a comment on one of the videos, I'd get a notification on my phone through a YouTube app, and now I don't get those notifications, and it's not the app, I don't even get the notifications when I log into YouTube on the computer. But especially on older videos, I may not see those comments, and it kind of irritates me because
You like to answer them.
I like to answer or respond to everybody's comments. So if I haven't got to your comment, I apologize. It's a little difficult to filter through all the old videos to see if there's new comments, and hopefully YouTube gets it all straightened out. There are some comments I won't respond to, but
You know who you are.
you're not one of them. Anyway, guys,
Sorry about the background noise. The dogs are having fun.
we're not. The dogs are. You interrupted me again. You always interrupt me.
I try.
Stay safe, y'all. Keep healthy, and we will catch y'all down the trail.
See you later.